Make sure that we move our towel out of the way. If you have a band, we're gonna work our hips a little bit more. So if this is your first time doing exercises like this, you can do this exercise with no band. If you wanna add the resistance band, or if you have a TheraBand and you wanna tie it, you're gonna put it above the knees. This is very important. Never put it on the knees. It's gonna go above the knees, on the thighs right here. Now, side note, if you've used bands in the past, and when you're doing stuff, they start to roll up on you, and all kinds of stuff, and they don't stay in place, that means you need either to reduce your range of motion, or you need to level up your resistance band. So maybe you double up and use two, or use a tighter band, because that means that your muscles are overworking and the band isn't staying in place. So you have to find a resistance level that's right for you. I'm going to demonstrate on this side without the band, and on the other side I'll use the band so you can see both. So we're going to start with our clamshells. You can lay either all the way down on your side here, or you can come up on to your elbow here. Now, before you get started, you want your shins parallel. So if you have a yoga mat, you want them flush with the yoga mat, and I want you to take your yoga block. In class, sometimes I tell dancers, grab your water bottle, put it behind your booty. This will help because as we do this exercise, you need to keep your hips stacked. And the tendency for dancers, as they open, is to lean back. And so if they do this, they're going to feel it into the block, and when they come up, the block will fall. So having that there is just a reminder that they have to keep their hips stacked when they do the clamshells. Again, your range of motion is going to depend on the mobility in your hips, and bigger does not mean better. You will still feel it. You keep your big toes together. The knees are going to open up, belly buttons to your spine. You lift the top knee open and lower. We're going to do that 10 times. You can also do this with the toes lifted so that you're holding this diamond shape. It's a little bit more advanced. So if you don't have a band and you try to maintain stability of that lower leg and only movement in that top leg. So we're going to do 20 of these. Ready? Top leg, let's go. 1, close. 2, close. 3, belly button your spine. 4. If you want to take it up here, you can. 5, 6, retain that hip. And you can put your hand here and feel it. You should feel the rotation happening right here. If you're feeling it in the front, take a smaller range of motion and check your alignment. And last one. Good, and lower down. You're going to extend that top leg, and we're going to do some ronde jambs, but we're going to keep them parallel. So I should never see your heel in this exercise. The top of the foot comes forward. It's going to lift up. Now this is the most important part here. A lot of dancers, when they do this, they go to about here, which is in line with their hip. I want it to go past, behind you, and then bring it back around without changing anything in your core. So you maintain stability through your trunk as you're rotating and getting that mobility in the hip. We're doing 5 in this direction. And then we're going to reverse it in the other direction. So keep it parallel. Make sure it gets behind you and in front of you. Belly button to your spine. Keep those hips stacked. 2 more in this direction. Good. Take that top leg. You're going to bend it over the top and extend your bottom leg. Now we're going to work our bottom leg. So we're going to lift, flex the foot, and lower. We're going to do 10 of these. So it's lift and lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift. Working that inner thigh a little bit on the opposing side. Keep those hips stacked as best you can. Belly button to your spine. Last one. Hold it up. Little pulses. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it up. Let's go to the other side. So I'm going to flip it around. This time I'm going to use my band. So those of you that want to take it a step further can see what that looks like. And I can feel what that looks like on this side. Don't forget to move your yoga block behind your hips. You can come down onto the elbow, or you can lay all the way down. Totally up to you. Check out your alignment. Make sure your shins are parallel. Keep the big toes together. Open and close. We lift, lower. 2, down. 3. I like to put my hand here so I can feel the rotation happening in my hips. This is your natural rotation. So when you open up, that is where your turnout is. So if you're standing at the bar in a 180-degree rotation. And right now when you do this, this top leg isn't going all the way back. You're forcing turnout. You need to work on that mobility in the hips and not force anything. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Extend the top leg, round it down forward, bring it up and around. Now your range of motion when you put the band on should decrease because it is much more difficult and you want to make sure you're maintaining proper alignment. So if I'm trying to do a big leg like I did without the band, all of a sudden I'm starting to move my pelvis in my center and I'm compromising the exercise. So maintain that stability and reverse. 5 in this direction. 2 more. Make sure it goes all the way behind you, all the way in front, belly button to your spine. Last one here. And lower. Take the top leg, bring it over the top, lower and lift the bottom leg. 1, 2. Keep those hips stable. Shoulders pressed down. Remember to breathe. Last one, hold it up here, little pulses. Think of lifting the inside of the foot to the sky. Keep the leg nice and straight. Make sure you're not rolling around on your hip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Good. You can keep the band for the next exercise, or if you want, you can get rid of the band. We're going to use the yoga block. I'm going to get rid of the band so I can show you. We're going to work on our glute bridge series. So you're going to take your block in the skinny direction and put it between your knees this way. I'm going to face sideways so you can watch and see what it looks like from the side. Now, when we do our glute bridge, a lot of times when dancers do this, they lift from their rib cage and they pop their ribs open and arch the back. The back should stay neutral the whole time you're doing this, and you're lifting your headlights to the sky. So your ribs stay closed with that life jacket on, and you're lifting your headlights up and down. A nice cueing for this exercise is to think of the knees pointing towards that wall. So a lot of dancers, when they do this, they're going like this, and then they start to open up, and it goes this way. You want to keep the knees going this way, and that's why I use the block, because we want to work in these parallel lines. Overuse injuries happen because dancers mostly dance in a turned out position all day, and they need to strengthen opposing muscle groups. We're doing a lot of flexibility stuff these days with arching and acro and contortion work, and we really need to strengthen the opposing muscle groups, which means our trunk and core need to really be fired up. Our glutes need to be much stronger, so we need correct alignment so that we can keep ourselves safe. So we're going to lift up and down, lift and lower, lift, lower. We're in parallel. Your heels stay glued to the mat the whole time. Both shoulders are pressed down. Your heart is open and shining towards the sky. So if you start to notice you're doing this or this, make sure you fix your alignment. We're doing 4 more. 4, down. 3, headlights high. 2, and 1. Hold it up here. Hold. Now you're going to keep squeezing the block. You're going to extend the right leg. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. So think of lifting from your glute, so you're really turning on that booty. Other side, and lift. Lower, so I'm thinking of lifting right from my seat here. Lift. Keep it parallel. Try not to have a lot of wiggling going on. So not a lot of this. Keep everything nice and stable. The legs should not be high. It's like your knees are glued together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot down. Good. We're going to do a little abs. We're going to do a half banana. So if you've done acro arch or you do acro, you may be familiar with the banana shape. Basically what it is you're going to lift your shoulders and your head off of the mat while you're maintaining a nice scooped, hollowed position through your center. So when you do this exercise, if you have a second yoga block, I would take it and put it between your hands this way so that you're maintaining nice alignment through your hands, your arms, and your shoulder girdle. When we do the banana, your chin comes to your chest, your belly button presses down, you're lifting the shoulder blades and your arms stay by your ears. If your arms are here, this is not the same exercise. So your arms have to be glued by your ears and you're holding this shape for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, try it again. Lift up, 4, 3. Arms back by your ears. Check yourself. If you can see them, they're too far forward. Try to get a little higher off those shoulders. Lower it down. Now if you want a more advanced version, you can extend one leg up here. And lift 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, switch side, flip. Get those shoulders up, arms back. And the most advanced version, both legs. The lower you put your legs, the harder it is. But, word of caution, if you lower your legs and you start to let the lower back come up off the floor, you've compromised your position. So you want to make sure that that lower back stays down, and that's why I have dancers start with both feet rooted onto the ground so that they can feel that scooping, that hollowing position. So with both legs extended, your banana shape is here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down and shake it out. Whew. All right. Move that out of the way. And come onto your feet. We're going to work a little bit on our knees and feet. We're going to start with the yoga block again. If you don't have one and you have a box, we will be putting weight on it. So if your box isn't sturdy enough for you to stand on it, then don't use it because I don't want you to get hurt. This box would probably collapse if I stood on it because there's nothing inside of it. So I'm going to take my yoga block and go here. We're going to step onto it, and all we're going to do is we're just going to do a little lunge. So we're starting with the back foot, 4 starch, front leg is straight, hips are square. Hands are on our hips. We're just going to go lower, 2, up, 2. Good. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure that knee is tracking over the second and third toe. So if you start to see a lot of this, that tells me that your knee needs to really work on that stabilization going forward and back. And so maybe that means for you, you take it back to 2-legged with the block, feeling this. And we're actually going to do this in a little bit when we work our knee, foot, and ankle exercise. But this advanced version we can do now. So we're going to start here. We're going to do lower and left. Here you go. Down, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out. Other side. Again, this is just an intro, so I don't want to push you too far. We can take that into a more advanced series, adding releve, adding passe, and balance. But today we're just going to do the lunge here. So we're going down, 2, stretch, 2, down, 2, stretch, 2. Both legs are parallel, 2, stretch, shoulders are down, belly button your spine, headlights are forward. So if you start to see this happening, you know they're swinging their back with their headlights forward. 2, stretch, 2 more here, down, 2, stretch, 2, down, 2, and stretch. Good, shake it.